Is it too late to do predictions for WWE 2025? Probably so, but I'm going to do it anyway. It is the last day of January, and I had this list put together a couple days into the New Year's, and we're going to cook up and see what we got. All right, first up, I got LA Knight and Jey Uso winning the King of the Ring and the Money in the Bank. Whoever wins one, the other will. If LA Knight wins Money in the Bank, Jey win King of the Ring. If Jey win Money in the Bank, LA Knight King of the Ring. I feel like they're not gonna lose any momentum no time so into leading up into those PLEs. So I feel like those are my early predictions to win those events. Next up, I I'm predicting a elimination chamber for the WWE Tag Team Championships on SmackDown. I believe that's what they're building up to, honestly, because it's been, I don't know when the last time. I think I don't know when the women's tag team championships were debuted. I think that's the last time they had a tag team elimination chamber match. But I believe that's what they're building up to on SmackDown. Even though I was thinking that the A-Town Down Under would be involved, but they just went to Raw. But I'm still believe that that's what they're building up to. You have the Los Garza, Pretty Deadly DIY, and and the Motor City Machine Guns, and you had A-Town Down Under, and the Profits. So I thought those were but you still have those other five. They just bring another tag team in instead of the A-Town Down Under. I believe that's what they're really building to for SmackDown. So that's my prediction for that Elimination Chamber match for the SmackDown Tag Team. For not the SmackDown Tag Team, the WWE Tag Team Championship. Sorry, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship or the Blue Nickels. We don't have those anymore. And speaking of cage matches being built around the PLE, I don't believe they're going to, my opinion, I don't think there will be a War Games this year at Survivor Series. Maybe they bring back another concept or something new, but I feel like the Bloodline one was already written. That was easy to do, but even just to getting CM Punk and other people and Bronson Reed involved just to make the numbers and the women build really was kind of just there. I don't feel like they're going to probably stretch themselves to do a War Games just to do it when they have other concepts of Survivor Series that will be just way easier to do. It's just easier writing for them. So, yeah. No War Games this year. I would be all right without a War Games as well. Because after a while, it's like, I mean, it's kind of different from the Elimination Chamber or Money in the Bank. Because those, it's kind of, you have something to look forward to in those. Like, the War Games is just like either a payoff or it's just storytelling. It's not really anything. Like, there's no prize in it, really. So, that's why it's kind of different. Now, let's talk about some championships. I think this is the year Jimmy Uso, Big Jim, gets him some singles gold. I feel like they're trying to build him up as a single star the same way they did Jay, for him to get some singles gold as well, because he deserves it as well. So I believe he's going to win a United States title this year down the line sometime. With this TNA WWE partnership, I'm highly expecting the Hardy Boys to return to WWE at some point, even if it is TNA. I mean, even if it is NXT, I'm expecting them to show up. But main roster as well. And I would not be surprised if they're inducted into the Hall of Fame this year either. Don't be surprised. Hardy Boys definitely returning this year to WWE for sure. I'll bet everything on it. championships again. I think this is the year Chad Gable finally gets his hands on some singles gold, intercontinental title, United States title. Even if he goes down to NXT and win the NXT championship, something. Heavyweight title, something. I think this is the year uh, Chatty Daddy gets him some singles gold. Not the speed championship. I know he just won a tournament to face Dragon Lee. I think for Dragon Lee's the speed. Yeah, to face Dragon Lee, but that don't. Even if he does win that, we're not counting that. That doesn't count. They don't even when they have the title and they show up on the main roster, they don't even have it with them. They don't even get announced as the speed title. So that title is not even canon on WWE TV. Really, that is for Twitter and Twitter only, in my opinion. So we're not counting that. Intercontinental, United States, NXT, Heavyweight, WWE. They bring the fucking hardcore title back, European title back, something. He needs to get his hands on some gold this year. I know some of y'all not going to want to hear this. I'm gonna piss a lot of y'all off with this. But Cody's retaining that Mania. My opinion. That's my prediction. He's retaining that Mania. Depending on who he's facing. But if I had to take the bet on Dabble Prize Picks or whatever, if they had it on there, they do have. I don't know what app they have the WWE on, but if I did know, and I was to take that bet, I would have him 9 times out of 10 retaining that Mania. Definitely. Yeah, I got Cody retaining that Mania. Another reason why I gotta stop procrastinating. Because one, I be having ideas and thoughts, and the other creators have those same ideas and thoughts, and I don't want to be seeming like I'm just copying their work when a lot of wrestling fans just think the same because we see the product a certain way and we see the direction things go. But yeah, that's one reason. And another one, I be having things to say or talk about, and then they end up happening. And I'm like, see, I be knowing what I be talking about. I just don't put it out there. Like this. I believe it was confirmed that PLE will be in France, and I had that on my list. I'm pretty sure they were not going to miss a calendar year without going back to France. I had Lyon, France, to be specific. I don't know if it is in Lyon, but I'm pretty sure they were going to go back to France with that crowd that they had. I was almost certain. So I definitely had that on my list. And I saw it was confirmed. I don't know if it's true or not. But I saw that they were going back to France. Not a surprise. So if it's right, even though I'm late uploading, I still had it on the list, believe it or not. So that's one for the check off already. You want to talk gold again? You want to talk tag teams again? It's hard to see now, but eventually, I got the New Day winning the World Tag Team titles or the WWE Tag Team titles if they get shifted to SmackDown. I don't think they can keep going on without having the tag team go ahead because they're going to get even more heat if they gotta. It's kind of like it's kind of like cheap heat or, leftover heat, if you will, from the Big E thing, because they really haven't done anything since the keep giving them heat. You feel me? It's just been, we dragged Big E, but, we haven't done anything really dastardly since. Talked a little junk on social media and backstage, but they really haven't, dragged anybody again. They ain't really fucked over nobody for real. They just been getting the cold shoulder from everybody, the redheaded stepchild treatment. I hate to use that phrase, but they just been getting treated like the least favorite person on the roster. Let's say that. But yeah, so it's kind of like they haven't really done anything to keep the momentum of the heel turn going. They've done things since the heel turn, of course, but not haven't done anything to keep it. You know, it's just, you know what I'm saying. But I do eventually feel like they will win the tag team titles because it's the new day. But yeah. Speaking of heel turns, I have this on my list, but it's hard to say because these two are so beloved, and especially by the children. And once you are loved by kids, and you take that heel turn, it just like your merchandise sales go down. It's but I feel like Naomi or Bianca Belair or both will have a heel run this starting this year, depending on what happened to Jade Cargill. We're gonna talk about that too, or check out the video if you haven't. But yeah, I got them with a heel run. One of them or both, depending on the Jade Cargill situation. Well, like I said, they are so beloved. So it will be like the new day all over again, pretty much. But I feel like more so Naomi than Bianca. But one of them, if not both. We're going to keep the theme going of people getting betrayed. And unfortunately, I see Piper Niven turning on the greatest women's United States champion ever, Chelsea Green. I see it happening eventually down the line, maybe for WrestleMania, after WrestleMania, but I have a bad feeling Piper Niven's going to turn on the great, wonderful Chelsea Green. If you notice the shirt change, baby, spit up on me. And this should be no surprise to anyone, really, but I believe Kevin Owens is going to obliterate, annihilate, and maul Sami Zayn for not helping him win the WWE title. If he doesn't, but I don't think he will. And I feel like Sami's going to help someone else not win the title, but he's going to help someone else. And that's tomorrow during the Rumble, and not help Kevin. And then Kevin is going to destroy Sami Zayn. Yeah. And that should be no surprise to no one. They turned on each other. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Sami turned on Kevin before too, but that's just what they do. Now on the positive side, what we've been waiting for, Austin Theory to turn on Grayson Waller. It feels like this cake has been baking for over a year now. I feel like the build for this split has started before WrestleMania 40. They won the tag team titles, and now we're on the road to WrestleMania 41. They lost the tag team titles, and they still have been bickering and having little moments of Grayson Waller being salty towards Austin. And even recently, the people at NXT were telling him to turn on Grayson. And he still hasn't, even though Grayson done shitted on him and put him in crazy situations time after time after time again. And Austin Theory has still been a good friend to Grayson Waller. They just moved over to Raw, and these seeds has been planted, seed after seed after seed, and no roots have been sprouted yet. But we're going to see where it goes from now. Well, we've been waiting to see where it goes, but I feel like now that fresh start on the Raw, we're going to get the ball rolling. And we're in WrestleMania season again. I feel like we're about to get the ball rolling for real on this Austin Theory face turn. I got one more prediction. It's about some championship gold. And I think Zoe Stark is going to win the Women's Intercontinental title sometime this year, whenever she gets out of PFC Purgatory. Yeah, PFC Purgatory, Pure Fusion Collective Hell. I feel like she can go in the ring. Maybe get her a manager, partner her with somebody who could do the talking for her. Just let her have an amazing run with the IC title. Um, these are my predictions for this year. I know I'm late, but we're gonna come back around this time next year, or maybe at the end of this year, and then see how I did. Like I said, I'm already one down. I believe it's about 15. We're gonna see how I did, man.